Hi guys, thanks for coming to Politics and Life. This is Jordan. I hope you're all having a blessed day. If you wouldn't mind, please like, comment, and hit that subscribe button below. So today we're reacting to a new James Klug film where he's going into the public. This is the day after the debate. This was released 2 days ago, and he's going to ask the public, who do you think won the debate, Biden or Trump? My opinion is it's very common sense. There was one man with dementia, one man that could speak. Just that alone shows that Trump obviously won the debate. But let's see what the public has to say. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get it started, y'all.
Huge shout out to Traditions Meat Company for sponsoring this video. You watched the debate?
Yeah, I did.
Who won?
It was really close. No, actually it wasn't. Trump killed him.
Trump, 100%.
Yeah, who won?
Our next president,
Which one was that?
Donald J. Trump.
Damn right.
Donald Trump all day long.
Trump.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Who won? Are you asking me a real question? Who won?
So
it's
real.
obvious.
That's how I feel actually when people actually discuss who won. It is night and day. The fact that there are people out there defending Biden and how he acted and trying to say Trump's in the same comparison is just laughable. The media, the big elites, the politicians, they think you're stupid. They think we're stupid, that we can't see for our eyes what the hell happened during that debate.
Who won? Are you kidding me?
I don't think anyone won.
We all
I think we all lost.
No one won?
Yeah, they're too old.
Who performed? Oh, I wish we could find somebody older, but who performed
Really
the worst? Yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Joe Biden won. Trump lied too many times.
I think Biden was more truthful and on point. It wasn't his best showing, for sure.
These people that say that Trump lied too many times, these are the same people that if you actually respond by saying, okay, tell me some of these lies, I guarantee they will be able to come up with zero. Zero. Because these people think you're stupid.
Who performed worse?
Well, Trump, of course.
Trump did?
Trump won the performance by issuing this blizzard of lies.
Trump's was filled with continuous lies after lies after lies. So given that, I would have to say Biden.
Right.
Although most people would say with Trump, or neither.
Neither of them won.
Neither of them.
Neither of them won.
How can
They
you
both
say
were
that?
terrible.
I don't know, but our nation lost. If that's the best that both parties can do, we're in trouble.
So nobody won?
Uh-uh.
Is that answer a cope, or what are we doing here?
How do you mean answer a cope of what? What do you mean by that?
If I were to guess,
I'm going to start doing these interviews in the next week or two. And when I do, don't worry. I'm not going to let him get away with saying stupid stuff like that. I'm actually going to respond and say, okay, since he lied so much, just give me a few examples of exactly what it was Trump lied about. Because I can actually give you about 10 examples of what Biden lied about. Not that
does
hard.
that mean that we dislike Donald Trump? We weren't happy with Biden's performance.
Biden's performance was terrible. Is Trump the answer? Probably not.
Who did worse?
Okay, if it's going to be black or white, Biden did much, much worse. So
But if you had to pick one,
Trump.
Trump performed the worst.
He's the worst.
Yeah. He just didn't speak clearly. He looked old. He was mumbling.
He was mumbling
For Trump?
He looks old.
I don't know, man. That's a hard question. I mean, they both
Really not.
had good points, but Joe Biden's way too old, man.
That was the takeaway.
Yeah, he's way too old, man. I mean, we saw in the video, he kept malfunctioning every 5 seconds.
I think
There's
Biden.
actually a new video of Biden from today going viral, and he's saying hi to this black guy. I think he's a police officer, and he grabs this black guy's hand, right? And you can find it on Twitter, and he starts rubbing it like this. He's rubbing it for 10 seconds. He's just rubbing this guy's arm, almost like he's turned on. Biden is too far gone. Let's start being serious about this conversation.
Actually just lost. He came out there, his mouth was open. He looked like he was dead from the start.
I personally think Trump won, only because I think he has the most logical answers to some of the questions, where
Duh.
I'm not so sure about the answers from the other guy.
President Biden wants to keep democracy. Trump's a threat to democracy.
Why did Trump win?
That's all these Democrats ever say. Trump's a threat to democracy. He's a danger to our democracy, even though we do not live in a democracy. We live in a constitutional republic. Democrats know nothing. I swear, these people, it amazes me how dumb some of these people are.
I didn't really understand what Biden was saying.
Yeah, I mean, it was just one person was coherent, had thoughts, clear message. The other person could barely put 2 words together.
He's basically not there pretty much most of the time.
It is very, very evident that our president right now needs to get out of freaking office today. Period. End. He showed us on television that he has dementia. We can't have that. We used to be the number one in the world. Number one. The United States is always number one. Guess what? We're number two now. You know why? Because what? Russia gets up there and they say, we're going to bomb. And he says, we're going to threaten you with sanctions. Bullshit. If Trump was in the
And
office.
those sanctions that they've been putting on Russia that's supposed to slow Russia's economy down, they've been striving. Everyone is joining Russia, it seems like. It's just laughable. And these other world leaders are a joke. Or not a joke. They look at us and they see weakness, so they think Biden's the joke. They laugh at us. That's why they're all effing with us around the world. That's why there's all this chaos. That's why there's world war starting, and that's why we're also closer than we've ever been to nuclear war, because we're under Biden right now.
Now, I'm not a Trumper, by the way. Don't mistake me for a Trumper.
I won't.
But if we had somebody in our office that was somewhat of somebody that stood for the people and stood for the United States, none of this would have ever happened. He wouldn't have had enough balls to jump in.
Now, Biden took the week off to prepare for that debate. It was his rules that he set place for the debate. Does that disappoint you that he underperformed when it came to his rules and taking a week off from work to prepare?
Well, I think everybody who saw it were disappointed that he wasn't on point. Now, if you got a cold and you're raspy, and I mean, I don't know what you can do about that. I mean, that was part of it.
That was just a cold. Do you think it maybe that's why it was kind of he underperformed, was because he had a cold?
Well, I think part of that was
even athletes have a bad day.
Right.
Give him a break.
Why do you think the underperformance when it comes to the energy during his debate?
I think he was on cold drugs.
he was.
I'm an old man myself.
Cold medicine?
Yeah. He had a cold. He was coming out. He was sick.
You guys, let's take a few moments for part 2 of Cooking with Klug, brought to you by Traditions Meat Company. Whether you live in Texas or Florida,
We're the people here, man. We want to know who's going to be capable of running the United States.
They were talking about golf for 5 straight minutes. I thought that was kind of embarrassing.
What was your least favorite part?
The two guys arguing about who had a better golf handicap.
Who do you think would win, though?
I don't know.
In golf?
I don't care.
Would you want them to play golf against each other, though?
That'd be kind of sick, yeah.
That'd be kind of sick.
I think the issue comes when Biden has to answer things off the cuff and on the run, if you like, is the difficulty for him if he's not being prompted with the correct answers. Where I think Trump probably still has that intelligence to be able to answer the question correctly. Hopefully his party behind him can do the job, but from Australia, we see a different angle too. So, but I want to see somebody in that's going to make a difference for you guys.
I think that our governor, Gavin Newsom, should step up. I think he should step up.
You think he would do a better job than Trump?
It doesn't matter whether Newsom. He do a better job.
I do think that he needs to be replaced, but Newsom is terrible. Let me tell you, I live in the state of California, and it is a dumpster fire. The whole country will not support that piece of trash, because if he has literally ran this. Jr. Oh man, I'm being told people can't hear me. YouTube is censoring me. That's nothing new. They've been doing that. But yeah, Newsom is a joke. No one's going to vote for him nationally or throughout the country. That's laughable. They have no one because all the Democrats suck.
Job than Trump or not. He'd do a better job than Biden. And Biden is Democrat, and so is he.
You know, Democrats are obviously desperate to have somebody at the front wheel, but he's not the proper man to do it. You know, right?
Did you come to that conclusion after the debate, or did you see that cognitive decline throughout his presidency?
Oh, throughout his presidency, man. And obviously, they kept saying there's nothing wrong with him, it's all just a farce or whatever. But no, it's been obvious all throughout his presidency that this man's not doing well.
You could see it happening for a long time, and it's a shame. It's a shame that in politics, whether it's in the UK or in the US, we do not have the caliber of people that we need right now to lead our countries forward. It's a real shame.
Everybody could see he's incompetent, and everybody could see he should be out of office. So, period, end of discussion. Why he's still there? The power of politics. That's why.
Obviously, the debates on CNN. CNN spent an hour ragging against his performance. So Democrats were obviously very unhappy with that. Do you guys think that they're going to try to go with somebody else, or are they going to commit? Are we committing to Biden?
the choice is that we can't unless Biden steps down. It's
That's
his
correct.
choice, so we don't have much choice. And
Would you support like a Newsom hopping in or something, or no?
I would.
You would. How about you?
I don't know. That's a tricky little game because that's just dividing votes if somebody else jumps in. I will vote for whoever's on the Democratic ticket because
Anybody,
the alternative scares
anybody
me.
but Trump.
So two
Anybody,
two
right?
Democrats here though that are saying T-Dog won the debate.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
She did say that. You know, when it comes to the Democrats, do you think the Democrats are going to be sticking with Joe Biden?
I hope not, but
You know what the craziest thing in regards to the Biden versus Trump debate is? They keep on saying that Trump or Biden's the only one that could beat Trump. If Biden can't even speak, how is that even possible? The only reason they beat Trump, now that we could talk about on YouTube, is because the election was rigged. We all know that. People aren't stupid. They can see you put across the finish line of potato brains. He literally got pushed across the finish line. And the only reason they are still using him is because he can be controlled 100%. All these other Democrats that they're propping up, they suck. They have ruined and just dumped their states into the ground. So it's very laughable, and I'm looking forward to the election time because who are they going to put forward? The whole Democrat policy, just all of them, they suck. They are for themselves and the rich elite, not your typical Americans, or they're for illegals or overseas wars and all of your taxpayer dime going to those overseas wars. But how are they helping Americans in any way? Please let me know.
Surprised that that's who they stick with. And, you know, like I personally feel that, you know, a couple years down the line, whether it's a year or 2 years, you know, Joe Biden's going to drop out of the presidency and it's going to be Kamala at the front wheel, which, you know, that's not going to be much better.
What do you think?
Honest
opinion.
No. I think it's either Greasy Gavin or you know, they'll try to push Kamala out there.
They'll try to get somebody else, but it's too late for them. It's, you know, they're stuck with him.
I think they're ultimately going to be doing a bait and switch later.
I think they have to go with somebody else if they have any chance of winning. I mean, right now, Trump won. Like he won the election right now.
I think CNN and other pundits who are on the Democratic side, who are talking about replacing Biden, are wrong, and they're doing bad for the Democratic Party and bad for Biden.
Do you think the Democrats are going to actually be sticking with Joe Biden this year?
That's a silly question. If you saw what I just saw on this debate, that's a silly question. You just go rewatch the debate, and then you ask that question to anybody. Democrat, Republican, Independent, I don't care. You show them that, and you show them the man that's running our government, he should be out of here.
I want to read a comment that I think is very right to the point. And Valent Thor, this is a shout out to you. The goal of the war is to wash money out of the tax bases of the United States and back into the hands of the transitional security elite. Yes, 100% true. Because they're not helping these wars. If anything, they're just pocketing the money back into this system, as I call the cabal, the top elites that are running the show behind the scenes. Yes, that comment is so on the fact. So true.
I've been out of here yesterday.
People that we're speaking with, in fact, the media as well, said that he kind of came off as being more senile, and that's why a lot of people were very critical. People that are apolitical, that was their takeaway. What would you say to those people that are saying that Biden appeared to be senile?
Well, those people don't know what senile means. He didn't exhibit signs of being a senility.
What are you talking about? He couldn't even talk. I mean, half the stuff he was just mumbling and making up. For instance, we beat Medicare, or just so many lies. I should do a debate video where I go through the whole debate on a live and we just talk about it together.
Signs of forgetfulness.
Okay, so I mean, I'll be totally honest. You're a Democrat?
Oh, hell, well, I'm a Republican now. That's right.
But you were a Democrat.
Well, 20 years. But how can I be a Democrat and see this and watch what's happening?
I don't even know if I want to vote in this election, dude. I mean, I think RFK is a little interesting, but it's not going to work out, unfortunately. Independents have never had a good chance at the presidency. It's always been the two-party system, and the two-party system is way too corrupt at this point, man. Like, our founding fathers didn't even approve of this, and we need a new system in terms of politics.
When it comes to a couple of the lies that Donald Trump told, what were a couple of the biggest lies that you thought that Donald Trump told?
Well, about the economy, his record as in when he was in office, was nowhere near as good as what he touted it to be. Actually, right now, Biden's created a significant amount of jobs. Inflation has cooled down.
No, that's not true. A lot of people just return back to work since the COVID pandemic. That's not true. They keep on taking credit for all these jobs that mostly are part-time, one. And two, a lot of these people just return back to work so that Biden administration are taking full credit for the economy. While saying inflation is down, let me tell you, it's not down. It's pretty much the same it's been. And we're getting taxed on everything that we spend money on. And the more I actually, because I'm an ex-addict, I've never had anything, and I've kind of worked my way up the past 6 years of sobriety, and I'm starting to like know all about, you get taxed on this. And the more I learn about the tax system and what we pay into the tax system, the more I'm just like, how is anyone supposed to survive, especially in Biden's economy? Because this economy right now sucks. Everyone I know is struggling, regardless if they have a good job or bad. California is a dumpster fire right now.
And I do expect the Fed to cut rates in September.
Everything else around Biden's been great. His performance for the nation has been great. His economic recovery post-pandemic is great. Better than most presidents have done in ages. And people aren't seeing that because of social media, I think, really has skewed things.
That topic, though. I mean, inflation's kicking people's butts. Real wages are down in the country.
Inflation is down. Unemployment is the best it's been.
Well, inflation is down compared to like last year where it was at.
There's disinformation that's
inflation.
No, it's going down. All the numbers are down.
That's year over year numbers that you guys are looking at. So it's still up.
No, it's better than when Trump was in office.
Inflation?
Yes.
A lot of people look at Donald Trump as actually being known for his good economy. 2017, 2018, 2019, people were very happy with that. That's what when I talk to people on the street, that would be their...
Gas was cheaper in California. Food prices were cheaper in California. We didn't have an overran border in California. The homeless problem, not even as close as bad as it is now. So you got security, you got your surroundings in regards to the homeless and the illegals taking over. You got more homeless Americans right now than ever. I mean, there's homeless camps everywhere in California. We are surrounded by them. We also pay the most taxes. We pay the most for everything here. So again, how has it been better under Biden? Also, when I got my taxes, this is the first year that I've actually owed, where previously with Trump, I was making just a little bit less, but I was getting so much more money back on those tax breaks that they say that only enriched the upper class, which is just a lie. Everyone got a lot back more on their tax breaks when Trump was in office.
Primary focus. Now, of course, COVID and lockdowns affected that, but that kind of goes without saying, right? Are you talking about during, like, after he left office versus before? Because a lot of people look at like 2019 being like, you know, hey, my dollar went further than it does now.
Yeah, well, inflation was not a factor during that time. I'd say the economy, when he left office and what Biden inherited and what Biden did to help the economy, I mean, his administration has created more jobs in the time he's been in office than any other president. And so I would say...
Is that are you including the jobs that came back after the lockdowns or no?
Well, I guess that's part of it, but you know, it's job creation. I mean,
it seems a little bit loose right there.
You're right.
And then what happens? Me being a taxpayer, I spend a ton of money on taxes, and I'm seeing billions of dollars going to Ukraine. I'm a little pissed off because, one, we sent them some money, and then we sent them more and more and more, and we're talking billions. A guy like me who's retired.
I think it's been almost 200 billion. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's been close to 200 billion that we've sent to Ukraine. I know just recently it was 80 billion, 60 or 80 billion. I think it was 60 billion to Ukraine, 20 billion to Israel and Gaza. Where's this money going? We have homeless veterans on the street. We have Americans on the street barely getting by paycheck to paycheck. And your initiative is to send our hardworking money that you're taxing us on to other countries. The nerves on these politicians. I really hope that after this next election, they're not going to be able to walk anywhere in public. Not saying I want violence thrown their way. I'm talking about people need to call their asses out for selling out this country. Red, white, or red, blue, doesn't matter. all of them, whoever sent that money to Ukraine and all these other foreign wars, they need to be pressured to know that that can never happen again, because they're selling out the American people for not even a quick buck, a huge buck in their own pocket.
I could live off of $2 million for the rest of my life. And we're sending them billions of money that I invested in my United States. I call bullshit.
On CNN, they were talking about how Biden was talking about how illegal crossings at the southern border was even lower than Donald Trump's.
It was. Republicans should not dare use immigration at this point after what happened with Trump in Congress shutting down that bill. That was sin.
I'm sorry for pausing it so much. The bill that these people are speaking about is the bill that it's still allowed for 5,000 people. I think it was a day in or a month in. No, definitely not a month, but there were still thousands of people allowed to cross our border illegally with that bill he's talking about. So that bill did not secure the border at all. If anything, it's going to let more people in under these new rules that they're in, regulations that they're passing in these border bills. Because if they lied to us so far about it, what else are they lying about? It was not a border bill. That's a lie. Full of shit.
Yeah,
that was lie and manipulation.
He's an unelected civilian, and he's meddling with our Congress. So isn't that a crime somewhere? Like this human crime wave?
If I'm going to play devil's advocate there, there's estimated about 8 million people that entered the country illegally before that bill that you're referring to. What's the reason for the 8 million before?
It happened under Trump too. It's been happening for years.
What kind of gang warfare is going on in Honduras, in Guatemala, and Nicaragua? That's often what's driving this movement of immigrants to our borders. So I don't know. You can gin it up and make it as scary as the Republicans seem to love to make it into a big scary thing that the rapists and Trump.
How dare these little, I'm trying not to cuss. I would love to smack these little soy boys upside their faces. They're literally dismissing the illegals that are killing, raping, torturing, and stealing from Americans on a daily basis, and saying that the conservatives are just making it like a talking, just something that they could actually talk about and make it bad against Biden. This is ridiculous. We've been hearing about these stories daily now, and I've been talking about them weekly, how Americans are getting killed. They're even having their houses taken, and the government says, if you can provide proof that you have a bill to this address, we're not going to do anything about it. And illegals they're providing these little documents, which they lie about and say they live in these addresses, and they just take over the ownership of the homes, leaving Americans homeless, and they're still having to pay all the bills for this home that they can't even live in. Americans are getting screwed daily right now with this administration, and it's sad that people this dumb are actually defending them.
Trump's a rapist.
What are your guys' thoughts about people that are saying that Biden won the debate?
I think they didn't watch the debate. I think they didn't watch it.
Trump obviously a little, overzealous and bombastic sometimes, but Biden obviously, nothing's going the way it should be going right now. Yeah. Inflation, the economy, the border, and I think just obviously the choice is pretty clear at this point.
You think he should do another debate with Trump?
I would like to see that, but I don't know if Trump will go for that.
I've watched the debate twice, and I wholeheartedly agree. I think it's very scary. Now, my question for you is that guy actually running the country? Is he in charge?
And again, another silly question. The guy can't even freaking speak. How the is he running our country?
All right, everyone, that is it for today. So we had a ton of mixed responses here in Orange County.
I'm going to start doing videos like this in the next 2 weeks. So I hope you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. Love you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay blessed. Have a great day. Peace.